It is the 12th of August, 2026. Here we are. I forgot to do a thumbnail. That's okay. That's fine. I'll add a thumbnail later. It is disgustingly hot in Texas. Still, unfortunately. Absolutely disgustingly hot in Texas. I'm getting the screens and everything set up. And let's see. Oh, no. I'm sorry, I have notifications. He spelled incursion wrong. Again, the eclipse. The eclipse that's going on. Okay, there we go. All right, I think now we are caught up. Okay, where was I? Yeah, okay. I'm completely present. So we're gonna have a little bit of fun today, and on top of chatting and stuff, I'm also gonna show I don't. I'm gonna show the process for what I did for the dwarf and the trolls, because I think that'll be fun while we chat. I don't think there's any breaking news. I mean, Lanterns premieres this weekend. Aspyr has announced that they're doing even more Lord of the Rings game re-releases, so I'm super hopeful for Two Towers and Return of the King. Those, what was that genre of game? What was that game called? Type of game supposed to be called? Lord of the... Oh, I'm not gonna... I want to type all that. Let's just do Two Towers PS2 game. What kind of game is that? I know that sounds... What is that supposed to be? It's just a... Okay, it's just a hack and slash. Anyway, loved Lord of the Rings, obviously. I loved Lord of the Rings. And there was a... back in the day when Lord of the Rings was coming out, there were movie tie-in games. There was a Xbox exclusive Fellowship of the Ring game that was really good, but that was based more on the book. And then there was a Two Towers and Return of the King hack and slash PlayStation 2 game. Well, they came to everything. And I love those so much. Obviously, they are locked to those consoles. They're really hard for modern gamers and our modern gaming enthusiasts to have access to. So Aspyr has just announced the war in the north and has just shadow dropped it, and then Aspyr announced we're doing more Lord of the Rings re-releases, and now again they announced it, and now this is taking off. So it could be nothing, because grifting and clickbait. There's not that many Lord of the Rings games to re-release. Okay, there isn't. Lord of the Rings is amazing, but there's not that many games that aren't that have been lost because Lord of the Rings, there just isn't. So the games that have been lost are Battle for Middle Earth 1 and 2, the Two Towers, Return of the King, the two hack and slash games, the Fellowship of the Ring Xbox game that was based on the book, and I think an Aragorn game. Hang on. Aragorn Quest, PlayStation 2. I think Aragorn's Quest is also... yeah. Aragorn's Quest is also unavailable. So, only a handful of games. So, we're not really talking about, something crazy. A crazy amount to, speculate about. It's only, 5 or 6 games. Aspyr, the ball is in your court. I will buy all of these. I will. I am about to buy, well, not on this computer. I don't have Steam on my work computer. But I'm buying War in the North as well. I'm buying that today. And War in the North is also really, it's very, oh wow, that's super cheap. It's cheap, but, and this is for anybody else who might be considering getting War in the North, because again, I love playing this stuff and having fun. It is available on everything right now, but it is not crossplay. I'm getting it on PC, so I encourage it. I have not played War in the North since, well, 2011. I'm very excited. I wants it. Let's see. Did you give that guy in the gym a slash or not? No, I didn't. I didn't. Unfortunately, you know, to each their own. I do not swing that way. But fans can look forward to even more classic releases by Aspyr in the future. So this is it, and I'm very hopeful for these re-releases. This is the kind of stuff that I want. We also have major, well, a major Zelda leak. Major in my opinion. Now, obviously, this is a leak. This is a poster leak, so it could be fake. It doesn't look fake to me. It doesn't look like AI to me. So go. You know, just have your own perspective on that. But the Zelda Switch 2, the Zelda Pro Controller, and Ocarina of Time will all release on November 12th. So I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm going to be in that store, Mac. Give me a midnight release. Like, give me the nostalgia. Make me feel like a kid. Oh, I have a story that I really want to remember to tell because it is funny. It will, but I'm not going to tell it on a live stream. If any of you watch this in archive, or if any of us game tonight, and you want to hear the story, remind me because I think it's funny and I want to tell this story, but I'm not going to tell it on here. Anyway, Diego says, "How's the eclipse looking?" I have to get up, so you're gonna check out my ass. I have a window right here that's outside of view, so, like, you know. Oh wow, I look really good. Look at that. Look at how that curves. You see how that curves? Anyway. Huh. Is it viewable? Like, how much can I see in Texas right now? Is it even worth it? I don't notice anything. Hold on. I mean, let me see if it's even worth it. No. I'm not going to see anything. It's awesome how science works. Anyway. Yeah, I'm not. So yeah, that's it. We will see one on August 27. But if this is right, I'm not seeing anything today. Yeah, that's it. Science. Disable that. So yeah. But so the Zelda news has me excited. The fact that Nintendo is shipping promotional material to retail stores. Where's the Direct? Where is the Nintendo Direct, for God's sake? Also, I did yard work today. Knocked it out. Very proud of that. It's super visible over here. I have pictures. I'll post them in the Discord. There was a super I mean, like, blatant, like, we had a major eclipse that I saw super clear and I got tons of photos of. hold on. There is some other news. Let me see. What's this? Okay. Oh wow. I did post part of this in the Discord, but this is interesting. You know, interpret it how you will. Um, so Lanterns, while a writing room has been formed, Lanterns has not been picked up for season two, despite clickbait news earlier in the summer. So there's that to go off of. So Lanterns has not actually been officially picked up or given the green light. In the same breath, Waller and Paradise Lost have both been canceled. They are no longer moving forward. Um, and now they're trying to wrap this in about the rumored Poison Ivy and Catwoman shows. I'm telling you, that Poison Ivy and Catwoman show were never happening. That was never real. Anyway, that was all bullshit. None of that was real. Um, Sorry, Diogo. I don't know anything about Native American zodiac signs. And like, is this official or is this made up? Sorry, I just don't trust things online anymore. No, I'm gonna I'm gonna stop that. I immediately went to scroll onto Instagram and I'm like, I don't want licensed music to start playing. Hmm. Okay. That is cool though, but no, I don't know anything beyond Native American zodiacs and all that. I know the Chinese one. I'm the snake, and then I'm the I'm Gemini. Um, and I don't have an awareness past that. I don't. I'm not gonna pretend like I do. Let me get Illustrator open. What time is it? 1:30. The World Wide Web is. Yeah, yeah. And also just the prevalence of AI, and well, not AI. AI is different from Gen AI. Artificial intelligence has always existed in gaming. Like there's people try to conflate them. People are easily confused by just using it. But anyway, outside of all that, yeah, I like. Oh, I don't have it in here, so I can't like show it off. But I have I have notebooks like these that I used to like write in, but I was like, they don't look pretty on a shelf. I can't do anything with them afterward. Like I don't like it, so I now write in like actual like nice looking journals that when they're full, I can put on a shelf and it looks nice. And I've been wanting to, I want finding groups that write and draw that do creative things like that together. I found one. I'm not gonna call anything out because like that, let me be clear. I have the internet is already an awful place. I have no desire to crucify anybody that uses Gen AI. If you use Gen AI, then you use Gen AI. I don't. It's not for me. I disagree with the prevalence of generative AI. I disagree with data. I disagree with all of that. I have no desire though to crucify anybody who's posting Gen AI artwork, trying to pass it off as their own, all that. Like, I don't. I have my own life. I don't give a fuck. I don't. But what I will say is, I joined this group and I went to it and hung out. Awesome people. Outside of that, like I still talk to a couple of the girls, but a lot of a lot, a lot, a lot of the guys in the group used Gen AI. And like for me, that was a barrier because I'm like, no, I stress not in a negative way, but like I give this focus, like the dialogue, every sparse choice, like as sparse, especially for the wilds, because that's what I'm really immersed in right now is the wilds, and it's like no, like this is blood, sweat, tears. Like this is thought. This is everything. Like this is me in my head. Like all this journal. Like this is everything. Like this didn't come from anybody but me. I did this, and I'm very proud that I did that. Like I'm very proud. Like I figured out these cultures. I figured out this distinct world. I figured out little bits of the backstory, just enough to build the present day world around. I did that. I didn't ask a generative AI. I asked my friends to like, hey, read this script. Do you like it? Which I know that sometimes people can be like, yeah, but that's your friends. Like, I'm not asking my friends to like give me a dissertation. I'm not asking for that. I'm just like, hey, does this vibe? Just an honest feeling. Like, everybody consumes stories. Everybody watches something. They might read comics. Everybody consumes it. So I'm just like, does this like generally like kind of vibe? Does this flow? And that's it. But like, I did all that. So like sitting down with someone, meeting up with people, they were renting, I guess. I don't know how to phrase it, but they had a library conference room where we all met up. And it's really difficult to be like, what did you write? I mean, like, you ask ChatGPT, it's like it's not the same thing. ChatGPT or Gemini, any of them, it's not. I'm sorry, it's not the same thing. I will not. I'm not gonna tear in anybody. I'm not gonna go on tirades, but it's like, it's not the same. And I'm not saying that I am an amazing writer. No, I'm not trying to say that. I'm not saying like I'm somehow special. It's not that. It's that good or bad, weird, nonsensical, whatever those decisions are in every script or in my journal, where, because my journal isn't just scripts, it's me writing ideas and feeling out vibes and lines of dialogue. And it's like, I did that good or bad. If I fail, I fail. Like, going to an AI, and I don't even know how it would work. Like, I get going to an AI and be like, I need a story about a man saving his son from a monster in the woods. You did not write that story. So you have a blurb, but it's not your identity that's in the story after that. It's not your identity, it's not your themes, it's not your heart. There's nothing for you. There's nothing that you've done in that. And that's where I find it really difficult, because like, when you haven't, if you're prompting an AI to give you a whole story, trying to talk to people about that is like, it's difficult, because like, you don't think about it the same way. Like, to those guys who used it, it's just, it's the bad word. And if you guys know me, you know it, but it's the bad word, content. That's all it is to them. But like, when I look at the errors, Like Errors is very distinct from the Wilds for multiple reasons. It's not the same kind of story. It's not the same kind of vibe. I wanted it to be distinct. And I'm not I'm not somebody who like I don't want to write the same thing and give it just a different coat of paint or just a different skeleton. Like when I look at what I wanted to do with Errors versus what I wanted to do with the Wilds, they are vastly different, but they're driven by me, not by an AI prompt. It's not it. And having AI do your artwork also isn't. It's not the same. I'd rather Photoshop. And again, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you the fun ways that I make stuff. And again, like I said, I'm not gonna be here all day. We're gonna live stream for a little bit. I did my yard work. I've already wrote today. We're gonna do live stream and we're gonna do a little bit of game. I'm gonna get off, relax for the rest of the day. Let's see. Give me just a minute. Okay. So I'm gonna put my little screen in the corner. Give me just a minute. There we go. I'm gonna put it down here. Shrink it up. And then that's the you shitting me. Hold on, I've almost got it. There we go. I did it. Yay. So that will work. Okay, that will work. Cool. Now, with that out of the way, yeah. Okay, cool. All right, we are almost ready. So hold on just a minute. We are almost. Oh, what the shit. Okay. All right, hold on. And there we go. Okay. So like I said, this is a fun one. So when with the Wilds, I have really distinct, very specific ideas. I know exactly what I want this world to look like. I know what I want it to look like. I don't have the immediate, quick talent to bring that to life. I don't. That's just all there is to it. Maybe one day, but I don't right now. So for me, when I talk to an artist about fantasy creatures, I like to be able to be like, I'm just going to show you, because like I can see all this. I can see all of this in my head. So I do a lot of light boxing and just like the only difference between my tracing and somebody like the guy who did Ex Machina and stuff like that is like I'm not gonna I'm not gonna put mine in a book because like I'm not that just I'm not I'm not. But anyway, so when I go to an artist and I'm like, hey, there's a there are races, fantasy races in the wilds, but they're going to have distinct looks. So this first one, this is the standard for the troll. This is what the troll race looks like in the wilds. Trolls average out at about 7 feet high for the men and the women. He's got his little crap. What's that called? His little skirt. There's another word for that skirt. I can't remember it. I don't know. But this is a composite trace. This is this is things that are photoshopped and sometimes it's photoshopped, sometimes it's just 2 images that I've layered and then because I know what I want and I'm like, I want this from this and this from this, and then I trace it and then I show it to an artist. So, oh right, mouse is over here. Sorry, I'm used to my TV and stuff and my screen all being on this side. I still haven't mounted loincloth. Thank you. I still haven't mounted my new television in my office. I'll get to that. I will do it at some point. Or I'll end up moving and it will never matter. I'll either move or I will mount this fucking TV. Anyway, so loincloth. So this is the troll. This is like the default troll race appearance. Again, very distinct. It doesn't really look like the general appearance of most trolls in fantasy fiction. This is how I've always seen trolls when I tell stories to my son. This is what the trolls look like. Like I said, they average at about 7 feet tall for the men and the women. They're furry. I love it. But what's really fun for me is how to get here. So I got here by 2 ways. 2000, 2001, 2000, I don't know. The 2000s He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, Beastman. Now you can see, obviously I didn't want all the other stuff because they're not supposed to be like that, but I knew like, okay, the general body, this is it. This is the troll. I knew it. I was like, this is the troll. Then I needed a face because that's not the face. I wanted softer like bear cub ears. And so what I did there is, one of my favorite games is Baldur's Gate 3. There is concept art of a race called bugbears, and I was like, the trolls, I know what their faces are. Their faces are bugbears. And that's that. And then that gives us this. Ta-da! That's it. And then I can take this and go to an artist as we're talking about the story. Like, okay, this is the default troll appearance. So this is pretty much what we match. This is what we go for. This is the troll. Then, of course, I went and I did that. Hold on. Let me open it. Where is it? There it is. So, very similar to that, I did the dwarf. Now, I knew for my, obviously, dwarf characters, they're about dwarves are 4 feet tall. That's it. Dwarves are 4 feet tall. And they can come in all kinds of different, within that max height of 4 feet, they can come in any kind of different shapes and sizes for the men or the women. And they can have beards and they can have all that stuff. I knew when I was talking about dwarves, I didn't want the stereotypical image. And the main dwarf in this story, though he hasn't been introduced yet, and it's still a little bit before, because the wild starts very intimately and small before it expands. Because that's kind of the big theme is connections. So, like, every story is about just a little bit of threading of a connection. So this character doesn't get introduced for a little bit, but I still wanted, like, okay, what does a dwarf look like? So this is a particular character's appearance. This is going to be a dwarf, clean shaven, things like that. But I was like, okay, how, I knew it in my head. I saw it in my head. But I had to find it. So you can see where this is going because you can already kind of see it. If you don't have like nerdy eyes, you probably won't recognize it from this, but you will when it's made big. 2000's Ram Man from He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Now, obviously, quick concept art. I didn't want to go heavy on the armor or things like that. But so there you go. So we have Ram Man as the basis. Because I knew in my head, like, no, I want the dwarves to be like really wide set. Like, I want the dwarves to be distinct. I want the dwarves to have distinct silhouettes. So it was Ram Man. And then I was like, but I don't want the classic dwarven face, and I don't want this face either. He just looks angry. Like that's just not it. He's just like, no, and I don't want the helmet. I don't want anything like that. So I went searching. And again, as you'll see, this is what I finally found, because I knew in my head what this particular dwarf character looked like. And that's it. Now, that is concept art from Dragon Age. And then from that, we got this character, who currently, he doesn't have a final name. He hasn't appeared in the story, so I'm leaving it open-ended. He's either going to be, I have a couple of names from, it doesn't matter. I have a couple of names that I was like, I want to use these in my fantasy story, but I don't know who they're going to be. I just like the names, and I can't help it. They come from Star Wars in different ways. One is KOTOR, because Knights of the Old Republic is KOTOR, K-O-T-O-R. I don't know why. I think KOTOR just sounds nice. Maybe it's an elf. Maybe KOTOR's a dwarf. And then also another name that I like, but again, Star Wars Legends and all that's dead and buried, so it's never, it's not come back. There was a character in the early 2000s Star Wars video games who was a pirate. His name was Nym, N-Y-M, and I'm like, oh, I like the name Nym, and I like KOTOR as a name. KOTOR. I don't know, I just do. I don't know if he's going to end up being one of those names or if he's going to be somebody else completely. But there you go. Or, whatever. That troll concept, while that is the kind of like standard, this is the iconic troll appearance, that troll look will be a particular character, because I just love it so much, even if it is like the base body, if you will. It's the base body, but it's like, that's going to be a character. I love the way he looks. Let's see. Diogo says 2000's He-Man really gives me TMNT 03's art style. Again, it was an era. A lot of stuff looked like that at the time. Is that Destruction from the Endless but beardless? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means at all. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I get that reference. Destruction from the Endless. Sorry. So anyway, so that's two of them. And like I said, I am building up a little document, in my efforts to meet an artist to draw the wilds. And I'm like, I want to come with I really know what this is going to look like. I really know what I want it to look like in my head. I know it. I got to bring it, I'll bring it to life so that whoever I talk with, so that we're on the same page. But yeah, so that's that. Now, it's late, so it's late. It's 2:00, so I don't know how much I would actually be able to get started here, but I did want to. So for the wilds right now, I have. Let me create. Hold on, just so that we're all following along from the same thing. So the wilds, what I've written so far, is 3 books, 4, 8, 12, 4 issues in each book. The first book is called Man from the South, and it's a much smaller story. The second book is called Children of the Forest, and that finally takes us to Taldaron, and it's things open up just a little bit more. The third story finally introduces us to some elves, And the main elf in that story, hang on, I'm getting told to check Discord. Okay. The main elf from that story is. Oh, interesting. Destruction of the Endless. I still don't know what that is from, but yeah, I've never seen that before. But again, like I said, the concept art that I used for the dwarf came from Dragon Age. Because again, you know, I know what I know in my head, so I'm like, okay, I know what I kind of see. I know what it looks like. That looks like anyway. So there is a lead elf blacksmith. Her name is, well, right now this could change, but right now her name is Nira, Nira, which is again based on Nora, which is a very, I'm not kidding, like Nora was a absolutely beautiful woman that I had a fling with. So yeah, and I was like, oh yeah, I mean this character, like it's Nora but as an elf in a weird way. So the thing about elves in this universe, they have long ears, like Jak and Daxter ears. So that means, hold on, I gotta move this over. So that means that I have to find that kind of vibe for my what amounts to concept art. I have to find that look. Let me see, because I want to be able to show my screen for elf searching, but I don't want anything dirty coming up, because I don't know if like just searching up fantasy elf, like I don't know if searching up fantasy elf is going to make anything dirty. Fantasy woman elf. Okay. Is safe search on? Is that a thing anymore in Google? Is safe search a thing? It used to be. I don't know. So far it's clear. I don't think any of this would get YouTube. Oh. Hold on just a minute. I will be right back. Okay. It is still a thing, yes. It is still, what's a thing? Oh, safe search. Okay. Anyway, so we're gonna go about this carefully. Obviously, I'm not gonna post pictures of people that I know. I'm not gonna show you that part of the process, but we can kind of look for elf stuff and see kind of where it fills out for, because we're gonna be live for a few more minutes, just relaxing. But yeah, so I'm gonna build up a document of similar perspective shots that I'm like, okay, this is kind of it. I can match this with the picture that with a photo that I have of Nora, and we can go from there. So fantasy, so this should be safe. Here we go. Oh wait, display capture. I gotta change that. Wrong display. Okay, so started with Fantasy Woman Elf. I don't know. But now that I realize it, women in Jack, like the big, yeah. Jak and Daxter. I love Jak and Daxter, and they have the kind of ears that I'm like, oh yeah, because I want it to be like exaggerated ears. Like, they like it's about a really distinct silhouette. Um, wow, I didn't realize there's not that many women in Jak and Daxter, is there? Also, Jak and Daxter just isn't super prevalent now. Okay, some of this is, I think some of this is borderline. It's in terms of the safe search. Some of this is borderline. Love those long. I do too. Oh, okay. So see, so like this, I like that. I do like that. Pinterest. Okay, never mind. There's too much work to go through. What's going on here? Where did this picture come from? Oh, okay, by Skady Art Online on DeviantArt. Okay. Way cooler than Lord of the Rings. Well, I mean, again, Lord of the Rings, Elvish years. It's subdued. We're going into DeviantArt now, so I'm a little nervous. A little nervous. Okay, there's a lot of blurred out stuff. It said it was by them. I love, well, for me, it's all about really distinct silhouettes. For me, it's all about really distinct silhouettes. The dwarves have a distinct silhouette. I want the elves to have a distinct silhouette. The trolls have one. And for me, the elves, it's about the ears. Like, it really is about the ears. I'm worried now because, like, that is crazy. Like, how much that oh wait, there there it was. Shit. Don't push your, yeah, I know. I do like this as an interpretation of Kyrie and as a basis for to add kind of into for Nira. So we're gonna save this. We're gonna save this in downloads, JPEG image. We're gonna save that. So that's something good to start with. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of blurred out stuff, man. So I wonder if I mean, I know Jak and Daxter, you know, is not around, like, is not super relevant anymore. Oh, what if I do woman elf with long ears? That was like Zendaya. I don't like that. I do not like that. I was like, yeah. So see, the thing is, traditionally, when it comes to elves, they are always they're always very woodsy, and again, they're always so super regal and stuff like that. That is not Nira. That is not elves in the wilds. Now, I will say, and some of you know this from talking about the wilds, because I have talked about it. But like, so elves in the wilds, they live. They live in the trees. Again, we're still pulling from that. They live in the trees, but they live like in the trees like Wookiees, like Wookiees from Star Wars. So like they have homes and everything built within these trees, right? And the biggest elven community is in the redwoods, right? So there's a lot there, but the main elf character that I'm introducing, she is a very talented blacksmith. She's not really that super regal and stuff like that. She's not like elves from most traditional fantasy, where oh no, the damsel, oh no, beautiful dresses, no fighting. That's not Nira at all. Um, None of this quite captures. Maybe, I wonder. Night elves from WoW. I didn't think about it, but like it's right there. I mean, like literally night elves from WoW. Joe, just close up on the breast. Huh. Oh yeah, so what you're saying is that elves in the wilds are where it's at. Yes, I am. So this would go into something that I would show the artist. The only thing is, like, obviously we're not doing the exaggerated eyebrows. Um, the ears, again, the ear silhouette works here. I picture Nora wearing more pants than that, and also Nira is not armored, but this is getting set. Oh no, why? No, no, I know what you're trying to do, and I'm not going to let you do it. But this is closer. Which female night elf from Warcraft lore is more beautiful? Tyrande or Ashara? Oh, I wonder. Night elf women. WoW has a huge fan. Okay, so see, like it doesn't last super long. Not what I'm going for. That's closer. Do elves in the wilds go around barefoot? Yes, they do. Their silhouette is completely like. Again, I want each race is super distinct. Just like I, it's weird because it's fantasy and it is very primitive fantasy. There's no technology in the wilds at all, but it's like Wookiees in that respect. Like if you think about Wookiees, they're always barefoot in Star Wars. And again, well, if you don't know Star Wars, but yeah, elves are barefoot. That's just a hard rule. Elves are barefoot. Um, uh, Elves are barefoot and trolls are barefoot. And those are really Like as far as like my head has, as far as like I've been designing this world, yeah, those are two races that are always barefoot, just for very different reasons. Trolls, um, their cultures are very different, but they are both barefoot. I do like this. Let's open this link in a new tab. This is good. This could, but who is the artist? One comment. Wait a minute. Yeah. Oh wait. There's no artist. Is there an artist or not? Pinterest confuses me. I don't get it. Does that mean there's no artist? Whoops. Okay, I don't know what's happening now. I'm going to click on something. Elf with hammer. I don't know. I have no idea. You like a gorgeous, strong elf lady? I just know that the elf in the... I know Nira is a very particular character because how I'm writing her, everything that she's based off of. A lot of women in my stories have fragments of the flings that I've had since being a single man. They all live on in different ways. In the heirs, in the heirs that I've been working on, there's a couple of women in that book that are based on flings I've had. Joe is one of them. I'm not kidding. In this book, in the wilds, I'm pulling from different parts of my life. Nora lives on in Nira. So, and again, it has to be an elf. It has to be. I don't like there not being an art. Like, why is it so hard? Like, what does AI modified mean? Like, is there no artist? Is this AI? Oh, I think I found it. Okay. The artist is Bella. I found the artist. I feel a lot better now. Fuck you. Oh my god, why is it so... It is so difficult to do anything on the hellhole that is the internet. Shitting me. You gotta be shitting me. Okay. All right, Bella. This is definitely going in the pitch folder for inspiration. For Nira. See, a little bit of sleuthing. We found what we're looking for. You must be closeted Redditor. I don't get that one. I don't get that at all. I don't know what that means. Diogo says, is there one based off of your first wife? No. I'm not being facetious. I'm not scared to talk about anything. But no, my first wife, no. Like, Joe is based off, again, a fling, date, however you want to phrase it. Most of the dating and relationships are very casual flings. Just having fun. Joe is based off, yeah. Oh gosh, I shouldn't touch this topic. I don't know if I should touch this topic. No, but my first wife, no. Like, honestly, no. It's to it would just like there's nothing memorable to like build into a character. It's just trauma. That's it. Yeah, you can't see shit. It's really annoying, and I just like I don't want to put together a pitch document um that has AI in it, and it's so hard to find. Like you know, but this one has really no. And also, what I don't like is like you can't, or at least I don't think you can. Wait a second. What am I doing? When did AI take? "2020 is safe, right? What is the cutoff year to make should be like okay, there's not gonna be any AI in this search. 2022. I like that too. Can't do anything with the horns though, so I don't know if it would just be like I don't know if it would confuse anybody that I was like talking about like hey when we draw. Those horns look like droopy ears. Oh shit, wrong button. 2022. So far, like yeah, this is. It seems like this worked in terms of getting the search. And the tail. Now, this would require too much explanation to an artist. Like, okay, remove the tail, remove this, remove that, remove the hoods, and then you got the character. Too much. I'm not right now because this is not for Nira. I'm not gonna say who this is, but um, damn it, you can see the file name. You bitch. Fuck you. He's just him. Um, that's good. That is very nice. Night elf, woman blacksmith. You would think that there would be. I like that too. I like the. I can't help it. I like the. I like that clothing. I'm gonna save this for clothing inspiration for Nira. I like that a lot. Stop with the web P. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna let. What about the elves I poded in art? Hang on. I'll check that on my phone first. Oh. I don't. I guess that is a joke. I don't get it at all. Anyway, how are we doing on time? We just hit an hour. Okay, so we're not going to be at this too much longer because I got stuff I have to do before because I want to actually set and play video games today, and I still have some stuff I have to do after getting off. Oh, I can close this big that here. But so the basic idea is like I have to do this for every race. Um, orc, uh, orc, goblin. I don't have to do it for the humans, obviously. Orc, goblin, and of course elf. Kind of default looks, and that's it. Oh, somebody made a cool little turnaround. Misha. I have no idea what that's from at all, but that's cool. I'm surprised there's not more. Maybe. What happens if I take out blacksmith? Because I have blacksmith, but like night elf women. Oh, did it keep the? Oh, cool! It keeps the tool restriction. Awesome. They look kind of different from me, the ones you were looking at. Just that's because the ears and eyes. Oh, yeah. I mean, they're okay. They're just like I don't. I'm not doing that eye thing. Like elves are gonna have normal looking eyes. Every race is gonna have like relatively normal looking eyes. Like I'm not doing that. But again, like yeah, the ears. Absolutely. I guess. But yeah, oh, I get it. They're Christmas elves, I suppose. I gotcha. Uh, Now, obviously, I know looking at night elves have crazy fantasy eyes, but I'm not. The elves in my story. They're not gonna have. They're not gonna have stuff like that. They're gonna have normal eyes. They're not gonna have glowing eyes or black, stuff like that. They're. I. I saved that, didn't I? Yeah. I I saw. I saw a video. I don't know what this search result. I don't know what this is going. I don't know what this search is going to result in. But I saw a video uh, of a silhouette. I don't know what the video is. I don't know what these people are doing, or what this woman is doing. I don't even know if it's a woman. I got to be honest. I don't. I don't know if this is a woman, but I saw it. Can I find? I saw it. I saw it. Hold on. But I'm also like I'm not about to. Will elves have tattoos? Oh yeah. Any of the races are potentially have tattoos. Yeah. Uh, yeah. I'm not like that. That's going to be some of the fantasy thing that's gonna be one aspect that separates it from a lot, I guess, of like how more traditional fantasy is fared. Um, but yeah, it's going to. Yeah, tattoos are a thing in this fantasy world. Okay, so okay. Anyway, the silhouette just stood out to me. Like I know nothing else about this. I hope to God, like. Okay. Um. But yeah, see? You see that silhouette? I don't know if this is now their name is called Lady Sin. I have no idea. I don't know. I don't care. That doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is like it triggered like, oh, hang on a minute. That's a great default. Like that's a great silhouette. Uh, that not interpreted that way. That's too soft. Like that doesn't work. Oh, that's it. But like, oh, see right there? That's it. But like I think this person's thing is like they don't ever like show themselves. They're just silhouetted against a sheet and a color. Like I don't know. I don't know. I don't care. Um but that's the elf silhouette. That is the elf silhouette. I'm going to save this. Whoever, whatever. Lady Sin is. That's the silhouette that I'm like, no, this is it. This is elves, male or female. Those are the ears. I have no context beyond that. Like I said, it could be a guy for all I know. I don't care. But the name is Lady Sin, so that's all I'm going off of. And the silhouette for her, for Nira, like that's it. And I don't know, like randomly scrolling on TikTok while I was pooping, I saw a silhouetted video. And so, like, I'm happy, like, I was able to. But yeah, very expressive. Hell, it could be AI. It might not even be a real person. Now that I think, who fucking knows anymore? None of it might be real. It doesn't matter. Anyway, so that was a sidetrack. Diogo loves the ears on those silhouettes. Yeah, same. Um, Diogo says, "Lady, you spelled her name wrong. It's not Sin. Lady Sin is your soon-to-be second ex-wife." Ha ha ha! It might not be real. One, it might not be real. Two, could be a guy. Three, could be a kid. I love the silhouette though, the personality. Like she has a lot of energy and a lot of personality in the videos. Like just really expressive as a silhouette. I love it. And so like yeah, those ears. Because again, I when it comes to like visual art and storytelling, like that is so it's so expressive and I want it to be distinct, just like the elves, distinct from the trolls, distinct from the dwarves. And again, like so far, they all have very distinct silhouettes. But yeah. Hi, Demon Hunter Elf. Yeah, nothing else so far. Nothing else was like really striking me. But see, like that kind of elf, that's like traditional elf, and that doesn't exist in the wilds. Doesn't exist at all in the wilds. But this hair, yep, yep, this is Nira's hair. That's it. I'm saving this because that's the hair. That's it. That's the hair. So like it's gonna be like a smorgasbord of like really weird like the photoshopping and the clipping to make just one image to be able to trace and go, oh, look at this. This is Nira and use this as a basis for the elves. Elves aren't taller than the humans. Elves are, again, elves are average, pretty much in that respect. Their distinction is their ears and how they, and again, their culture. They live differently from the humans. Hour and 10 minutes is 2:33. Okay. Oh wow. What does that say? Fabelina? Damn, Fabelina. Faebelina. Oh, no shit! Cintiq 22 HD! Fabelina uses the same drawing tablet as I do. Right on. Artist, working on my original Fairy World. Fuck yeah, not taking commissions. I use Clip Studio Paint and a Cintiq 22 HD. So do I. On both of those. I haven't mastered Clip Studio Paint, but it is the better app for making, it is the better application for making comics 100%. I just haven't mastered it. Hey everyone, it's been a long time since I've posted to try to get back into digital art a bit. That was in 2025. Joined in 2014. Oh my god. Oh. She is. Those bangs remind me of Momo's. Which ones? The ones I settled? The ones that I don't know which ones. 1, 2, 3, or 4. It's gonna force me to log in. It's gonna fucking force me to log in. I'm gonna have to switch the screen over, so you guys aren't gonna see me log in. You're not gonna see that. Hold on. Oh, that does remind me though. You're not gonna see me type either. Hold on. Oh, the one I saved. I don't remember her having like that kind of. I don't remember Momo having bangs like that one. Where is? Oh my! I'm sorry. I can't help it. It's fun to make noises and you can't see me. Do 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 do. So, how's everybody doing? Everybody doing well? I'll bet you are. Fuck you, Twitter. So yeah, this is great. Oh, for fuck's sake! What do you mean? Now I get logged in. Page doesn't exist. Are you shitting me? Okay, there we go. Okay. Anyway. Now this is amazing. Like, this is an amazing, amazing artist. Oh. They published a comic in 2023. Just posted it up for... Sorry, couldn't comment. Had a mind. Oh no, you're good, man. You're good. I'm not gonna be live much longer. Prologue. Oh, it's World of Warcraft. It's a World of Warcraft fan comic. Ashen Veil, right on. This is, I mean, like, okay, like she's really pulling from. Again, Fabe knows her WoW lore very well. This is making me nostalgic. I haven't played WoW in a hot minute. I watch. Now I'm gonna get a sub and play it for a couple of months. Thank you so much, Fabe. How's your prayer? I don't care if you guys aren't reading at the same speed as me. This is how I read fast. Read it yourself. How are we doing on time? Shit. The art does look great. How many pages does this have? Oh wow, okay, this go oh wow. Dude, they committed. They really did put all this up. Oh, 178 pages. Okay. I do not have time to read 178 pages right now. I love it though. Uh, that is so impressive. Follow. I mean, this absolutely amazing artist. Oh, hey, Patreon. Fuck yeah. Okay. Because I'm getting distracted now because I love looking at art. I love like the work people put into it. I like that is just such an unbelievably talented artist. Just incredible. Even just looking at this. Okay, because yeah, I'm gonna get distracted, and I have a couple things that I got to do before I take time for myself, cook dinner, and turn on some video games. So that's sort of the process. Real quick before we do completely wrap up, I'm gonna do one. I'm just gonna check real quick. News? Any news? None. Okay, that makes it easy. Um, but so that's the process. That's the process for concept art. Um, if doing it that way somehow makes me an artist capable enough to do the bare minimum, that's awesome. Right now, it's not. Right now, I'm not at the quality that I can effectively draw a comic book. But that is how that's how I do the concept art. That's it. That's pretty much all there is to it. So when I talk with artists, that kind of gives you a perspective and an idea of what I come loaded with, depending on each story. Now, like I said, the Wilds right now it is. I kind of call it year one, and it is 12 issues divided into 3 books, 4, 8, 12. See what I see there? And it builds on the last one. It's very serialized, and I'm very excited for it. I have been I'm super driven by this right now. I'm putting everything into it, but that's the process. That's it. Next time, as hopefully we have more. Tomorrow maybe tomorrow. We'll actually oh hey, I'll show you how I kind of layer it and okay, this is it. This is the image that I'm going to create one image from all these different photos to present to the artist, and to give this is this character. And again, it's photoshopping, it's newspaper clippings, it's magazine clippings, it's things like that. It's the old school way of doing it. But anything's there's so many different ways to approach your own and to explore and approach your own creativity. You don't have to immediately go to Gen AI. You don't have to do that. It doesn't have to be perfect. Find your way into it and connect with people, and don't say, well, I don't know how to connect with people. You don't have to do it online. You can find these groups in person too. There's so many ways to do it. There's so many ways to go about it. There's no wrong way to do it. There's no wrong way to fail. And failing isn't bad. And making something that not everybody likes isn't bad, because not everybody's going to like everything. You have to accept that. So yeah. We'll be live. Yeah, I'm gonna plan to be live tomorrow, maybe even a little earlier because I don't have yard work tomorrow. But I have plans with my son Thursday afternoon, so I'm not gonna be on gaming tomorrow night. But I'll be on in about earlier in the day. So that's pretty much it. I'm gonna wrap up here. I've got a couple of things that I got dinner that I gotta get ready. I got a couple of things I gotta do, and then we'll be and then we'll be sitting down for some games. So I'll tag everybody in the Discord when I'm sitting down to get into the voice chat. So I'll give everybody a tag. I think we're doing Helldivers tonight. Because is the new update live now? I have no idea. I don't care. Helldivers is fun though, and I think that's what we're playing tonight. It depends. We'll just see. But I think it's Helldivers. So that's it. Thank you all so much. Thanks everybody who joins, who watches here, who watches in the archives, however you choose to watch, however you choose to do it. I do appreciate it. Be safe. Take care of others. Have an absolutely wonderful day. Enjoy the eclipse if you can see it. Enjoy all the wonderful phenomena of nature if you're able to witness it in your part of the world. And if you're having a terrible heat wave, I know how that feels. It's really shitty. It sucks.